Mack said this was your best game yet. What did you think?
I thought I played all right. I thought I got my teammates involved really well. I had 12 assists, and then just controlled the game. Being a good leader for my teammates and doing what I'm supposed to be doing. So
this was his best game yet. It was his best game yet.
Thank you, Jordan. Is there anything you were doing out there specifically, or were you just feeling it today? What was going on out there?
Coach Mack has been really big on my voice. He wants me to be loud and communicate with my teammates. So that's really what I was trying to do today. I don't think I did anything spectacular. I just think my teammates made shots and I got them involved.
Darius, obviously people see the 10 points, the 12 assists, but one of the things that Coach Mack talked about was your play on defense and really limiting Quisenberry for them. Is that one thing where good play on one end leads to good play on the other end?
Yeah, I think so. I think defense wins games, defense wins championships. So I think a good defensive team will be good on offense as well. So my defense always can turn to some offense, I think.
How have you tried to change your game from last season to this season?
I don't think I've tried to change it a whole lot. I think my biggest thing has just been poise and staying under control. So I think I did a good job of that today.
Jordan, how have you? He made a couple passes to you where maybe last year he might have taken the shot. How have you seen Darius's game grow to where kind of lets it come to him as Coach Mack was talking about?
Yeah, he's done a really good job, finding the open guy. I don't know if he was doing that as much last year, but this year he's really taking pride in it. You can see it every game. He's really becoming more of a true point guard, I guess you could say. He really let the game come to him, find his teammates, and that's what he's going to have to do for us. So he's been doing a really good job of that so far. He's been doing it in practice, so we know it's going to carry over to the games.
Darius, what is something that you worked on in off-season to get your, point guard responsibilities in order for this season to play better?
If I'm being honest, I just played pickup. I think play pickup with my guys, make sure I knew what they like to do, where they want the ball, things like that. Just get comfortable with the feel of what they want. Then playing with other guys, just so I can just be better at reading the game, reading ball screens and things like that.
Chris said that the knock on you guys that everybody says is point guard play. Did you and Fresh kind of take that as a little bit of chip on your shoulder that people are saying that kind of things?
Yeah, for sure. Me and Fresh, I think, will compete every day and try to make each other the best point guards and players we can be. I think Fresh is a really good player, and I think I have some good things about myself that I can bring to the table. So I think people really sleep on that.
Darius, when you are playing point and then Fresh comes in and you slide over to the 2, if you had been, scoring at will at that point when he comes in, are you trying to go to the basket more because you know that he's going to take on the facilitator role, or how do you change when you have to slide over like that?
I'm still looking for my guys. I make the right plays. If I drive to the basket and somebody comes over, I'm definitely going to dump it off. But I think that it is a mentality switch going from the 1 to the 2. I have to take on more of a scorer's mentality just because I'm not the point guard anymore.
Jordan, after you went to the NBA draft process last summer, what's some things that you brought to this season that they told you can work on to get better for your junior year, and something that you're trying to implement in every game so far?
That's a great question.
Obviously the big thing is just continuing to get better on defense. And other than that, just being smarter with the ball, not making as many, dumb plays, I guess you could say, trying to limit turnovers more, and, kind of not force many shots, take bad shots, stuff like that. And I've been trying to do a better job of that so far.
Jordan, how much did you guys already hear about 19 offensive rebounds for them, and how much, what was it, or what do you think kind of attributed to that number?
They took a lot of threes, so obviously that's going to be a lot of long rebounds, but yeah, we heard that as soon as we got into the locker room. We heard it in halftime, and then we heard it as soon as the game was over too. We have to do a lot better job than what we did today, or it's not going to, games will turn out well for us, so that's something we'll clean up in practice the next few days, and it'll change moving forward.
This is for both of y'all. Steven had a big game. Was there a play or something he did today that really stood out and impressed you all?
We see Steve every day in practice. We've seen him all summer. He's came a long way, and he's doing a lot of good things. I don't think he did anything necessarily that impressed me, per se. I know how Steve can play. I know he's a good shooter, good post player, and he just played really well today.
Yeah, same with me. You know, we see Steve every day in practice, so we know what he can do. We need him to play like this, you know, every game, even when guys are his size. You know, their big wasn't as big as Steve, so you know he did a good job, you know, punishing them for that. Now he just had to do the same thing when we play, you know, other guys that are bigger, and you know he can do it. You know, he's a great player. He gets better every day. He's in the gym all the time, so you know we need that Steve every game from here on out.
Darius, you said he's come a long way. In what ways has he come a long way?
Just mentality-wise, I think his mentality has changed since going testing the waters and coming back. He just knows what he has to do to be better. I think his biggest problem is just his mental. You know, staying locked in and doing what he has to do on both ends of the floor, whether that's ducking a guy in, getting an offensive rebound, or jumping the ball screen. So I think he's come a long way from that, and he's doing a lot better this year for sure.
Have you guys noticed Steve become a better rebounder? And something Coach Mack said. How much does that help you all?
Yeah, I was just looking at the sheet, and after you asked that question, I thought he has become a great rebounder. Honestly, last year after some games, he had 4 or 5, 3 rebounds, and as being Steven Enoch, just the big presence he is, I think 14 rebounds really suits him, and I think that's something he can do every game. You know, double-digit rebounds and just clean up things on the glass.